Hello everyone, welcome to Manika IS. So this is your series for internal security. Today is 18th of June and from today onwards we are starting a lecture series for internal security. It will be a short lecture series but highly dedicated to the mains examination which is going to be held from 15th of September. Okay, so this is your lecture 1. In this lecture, we will not go into the details of the subject itself, but we'll discuss broadly about the syllabus, the sources, and the kind of question that are to be asked, and the kind of question that are expected to be coming in this year examination. So let's begin. First of all, you need to know the significance of internal security. See, when you talk about internal security as a subject, you will find that every year UPSC is asking 4 questions from internal security. 2 are 10 marker, 2 are 15 marker. Okay, so the collective weightage of internal security in GS paper 3, it is a part of GS paper 3 if you read out the main syllabus. Okay, then the collective weightage is of 50 mark. Okay, and it became even more important subject when you realize that the questions that are being asked from internal security are relatively simpler as compared to the other subjects which are considered as the core subject. The weightage of internal security is relatively less. The effort that needs to go in the internal security is relatively lesser, but it is highly productive portion of your syllabus. So this is the sort of a low hanging fruit that you can get easily access to. It needs a very minimalistic preparation to get good marks in the subjects. We shall see the kind of questions that are being asked as we move forward. First of all, let's understand the syllabus of internal security. If you see linkages between development and spread of extremism, this is one topic. Now, extremism in very simple term is an ideology. It is a collective ideology of a group which is not in sync with the mainstream attitudes of a society. Okay, so if you see, you must have heard about the term Naxalism, right? This is a sort of extremist ideology. Extremist itself mean an extreme ideology. Okay, so this is one topic. Second, if you see role of external state and non state actors in creating challenges to internal security. Now, if you see external state and non state actors, what do you understand by the term state? State is a sovereign body which has the power to govern. So, any state outside India is creating trouble to the internal security that comes under external state. Say Pakistan. Pakistan is creating issues in internal security. We are facing threat of terrorism from Pakistan. Further, they are boosting up the negative ideologies that are occurring in the form of extremist ideology in India. So this is the role which is played by external state. The deliberate attempt to destabilize the sovereignty and integrity of a country is a threat to internal security. Second, non-state actor means the bodies which do not have a sovereign identity, which do not have the governing power, like terrorist organizations. They are non-state actors. How they are creating issues in our internal security. We'll be dealing with the topic when we'll be conducting the complete classes of the topics. Then we'll be dealing in detail. But this is the broad area which is there in your syllabus. The third topic is challenges to internal security through communication networks. Role of media, social networking sites in internal security, basics of cybersecurity. Now, if you see, cybersecurity an is a field which is like increasingly becoming threat to India, or any other nation. Say, for example, cybersecurity has taken uh, importance in internal security because due to the cyber threats that we are getting in the form of malwares, in the form of uh, many illegal activities like data theft. Then you have extortion occurring through people are you must have read about Facebook Cambridge Analytica case. That was a sort of threat to the security, right? Because they tried to manipulate the waters. So this is why cybersecurity in today's time has taken a hot seat when it comes to tackling the threat through uh, in tackling the threat to internal security. Now, if you see other challenges through communication network, cybersecurity covers the domain of communication network as well. So you'll also see maritime security challenges that India is facing, which is coming through the sea routes, sea piracy, and etc. Then money laundering and its prevention. Money laundering is basically what it means is earning money through an illegal manner and redirecting it into the economy by concealing the source of income and making it visible as a legally earned income. Okay, you earn money through illegal sources, but you concealed the information of source and then you bring it into the legal economy channels. That is money laundering, and this is a severe threat to internal security. We'll discuss how and why in the upcoming classes. Another topic which is there in your syllabus is security challenges and their management in border areas, linkage to organized crime with terrorism. Security challenges and their management in border areas. If you see, our border is very fragile, it's very porous. When it comes to border with countries like Nepal, Bangladesh, we do not have concrete borders. Okay, so that is one issue. So we face issues of drug trafficking, we face issues of human trafficking, and these are all organized network. Okay, then their connection with the terrorist organizations as well. So how India is going to manage their border, how it is managing, and what are the things that need to be done, this has to be covered in this topic. Then various security forces and agencies and their mandate. So we shall be discussing all these in the upcoming lectures. This was the syllabus, and this is a very limited syllabus. If you see, there is no such it's not that vast, you can easily cover it. And this covering of this amount of syllabus only will give you a huge boost in when it comes to your exam. Okay, now let's discuss what are the sources that you need to cover when it comes to your preparation for this particular subject as itself. See, first and foremost, the class notes. That is the lectures that we'll be covering in this series. If you are able to cover and understand the lectures, you will be halfway through the preparation. Accompany your class notes with newspapers. Okay, and there you'll find various reports, various conclave that are being happening around internal security. So always keep a eye on that. If you are accompanying them with the newspapers reports, you will write fairly good answer if you are citing those reports in your answers. Third thing is the websites. See, there are very limited yet available security related sites. If you have time and if you can visit to the sites, although we'll be covering the important information from them, but if you can go through the sites and see what are the updates from these sites, it will be helpful for your preparation. One of them is Center for Land Warfare Studies. Second is ORF, Observer Research Foundations, and then IDSA, Institute of Defense Studies and Analytics. Okay. Fourth is By the end of this series, we'll be releasing a booklet for internal security. If you can go through that booklet, that will give you a holistic coverage along with your previous year questions. So if you are able to do that, that will be good. And the key to your preparation should be your previous year questions. See, if you see the last 5 year questions, you will see that there is a same type of question being repeated every year. So in last 5 years, every year there is a question on terrorism, every year there is a question on extremism, every year there is a question on cybersecurity. Okay, so this is a repetitive theme. So you understand the importance and you cannot leave those topics. So any update in these area, make sure you are covering your syllabus from that area. Okay, so if you see in 2022, that is last year, there were 4 questions, one on organized crime and terrorism, another was on maritime security. The third question was on cybersecurity, need of comprehensive national cybersecurity strategy, and the fourth question was on Naxalism. So these were the broad theme. We'll discuss the individual question in detail when we'll be covering the topic. Along with that, we'll also be covering the questions in detail. Last year, 2021, there was a question on money laundering, cross-border cyber attacks, again cyber security, challenges state and non-state actors posing to the security. Directly, they have picked a question from a line in the syllabus. So always be prepared with your syllabus at least. Terrorism, 2020, there was a question on type of cyber crimes. Then there was a question on border area management, left wing extremism. Third year in a row that you are getting a question of left wing extremism. Then there is a question on trans-border internal security threat, role of security forces they have asked. In 2019, there was a question on Jamaat-e-Islami, Cyber Dome project, which is again related to cybersecurity, UPA and NIA Act related to terrorism. Then cross-border management of insurgents. In 2018, there was a question on CPAC. Then there was CPAC is, if you all know, China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, left-wing extremism, cyber crimes, then drug trafficking. These are the analysis of last 5 year question papers. Now if you have observed that there are repetitive themes in the question, so we'll try to cover all these themes in our upcoming classes, and we'll try to ensure that the questions that are being asked in the UPSC mains examination are thoroughly covered in the classes. Now I'll provide you with the lecture plan, how we will proceed, and then accordingly we'll take our further classes. In lecture 1, we'll discuss extremism, its development, this topic. Okay, this will cover in lecture 1. Then we'll discuss about cybersecurity, various type of threats that we'll be covering, and their organizations handling those and the way forward. This will be covering in lecture 2. In lecture 3, we'll be covering role of state and non-state actors in internal security. Actually, we'll be taking in last lecture. In third, we'll be dealing with maritime security. Then we'll be taking organized crime and network. Then we'll be taking terrorism. Okay. Then we'll be taking border management. Then we'll be taking money laundering. Then we'll be taking various security forces. Before various security forces, we'll be covering role of state and non-state actor, plus reforms needed in them. This is a largely their mandate is a static area, but this is the area where you can get questions from this topic. So this will be the broad outline of the lecture plan that will be covering in internal security. So I request you all to be prepared for your exam, for your lectures coming forward. We'll be uploading another lecture tomorrow, and from day after tomorrow we'll be uploading lectures in a duration of 30 minutes each. So be prepared, stay tuned. Thank you, have a good day.